Dennis Kucinich, you're on the phone with us, right?
I am, Josh. Thanks.
It's John, Congressman. There they were, caught in the act of sticking a knife in your back. What'd you think of it when you heard it?
Well, I always wonder what people said behind my back, and I used to think it was that he's got a nice back. Now I found out something else.
Well, this really is kind of ugly, isn't it? They say we got to get this down to a smaller group. These other people aren't serious. They're trivializing the process. Our guys got together on this. Why didn't we get it done?
Yeah, it almost sounds like something out of a Francis Ford Coppola movie.
What are you doing about this?
Oh, well, look, first of all, there is an uproar about it across the country, so it's not that I have to do something, but I am. There's a couple of things I'm doing. First of all, I'm reminding my good friends, Senator Clinton, Senator Edwards, that this election is not over, that they're not, they shouldn't buy into some imperial candidacy because that's not going to play. I've sent each of them a letter tonight which challenges them to a debate. Senator Edwards says he wants small forums. Great. I'm happy to provide him with an opportunity for that. But I think the thing that is most troubling that I've heard so far, John, is Senator Edwards saying that, well, he really didn't say that. Don't pay any attention to what you saw, what you heard. That's not what it was about. It was just trying to have smaller forums where everybody could participate. You know what? I think that the American people get a chance to judge candidates not only when they're in debate, but when the debate's over, and in those quiet moments that suddenly aren't quiet anymore because somebody's mic was open.
Is John Edwards a liar?
Well, you know what? That to me is a separate issue, John, and that is that it's bad enough that Senator Edwards and Clinton are talking to each other about trying to limit a debate and affect rig a presidential election, at least the primary. But it's and by the way, that was done just after we finished on stage talking about voting rights and all the hue and cry about the conduct of elections, and they're trying to rig a presidential primary. Well, but beyond that, there's this issue of his explanation. And really, he's going to have to be subject to a little bit more scrutiny on this because we know what we saw, we know what we heard, and he's trying to make it something else. He really needs to be more forthcoming on this.
Well, all right, let me put it another way, Congressman Kucinich. If he's not a liar, is he a phony? And hey, Dennis, nice to see you, Dennis. Talk to you later, Dennis.
Well, you know what? When you consider that I was helpful to him in Iowa, very helpful. In a sense, I helped him get a break in Iowa the last time because of the way the election, the caucus was organized. I was able to be of help to him, but I was thinking, how could this happen? Why would somebody do this? Why would he do this to me? And we're all friends, and when you consider that, you wonder, what kind of a friend is that? If you have some questions about issues, well, we can talk to each other. We talk to each other all the time. It was really something that, kind of a betrayal of a friendship, and I'm really concerned about that.
What about the idea, the sort of loftier than thou idea that he needs to be heard at your expense? And if Dennis Kucinich is being heard, John Edwards can't be heard. So let's shut up Kucinich.
Well, I think that's something he's going to have to speak to. And I'm saddened by this because, it's an attempt to rig a presidential election on one hand, and on the other hand, it does a disservice to the American people. And there's going to be, you're going to near the end of this, John. This is going to be there's going to be a lot of fallout on this one.
What about Mrs. Clinton? Has her reaction to any of this being exposed satisfied you any better than Edwards' reaction?
I don't know that she said anything yet.
What would you expect her to say?
I would expect her to say that she's sorry.
Would you expect her to say, all Democrats are welcome on a Democrat debate stage? I'm not going to try to limit debate?
Yes, I think that's what she has to say, and I would hope that she would.
I would hope that she would. Congressman Dennis Kucinich, I appreciate it very much, Congressman. Thanks. Good luck. We'll talk to you again. Congressman seems to be busy at the moment. What was the word he used? Betrayal?
Yeah.
Oh. Didn't seem to want to call Edwards a liar, did he?
Or a phony.
Or a phony.
And he's both. 30 years of hard news experience. Take that, Vanderbilt boy.
Be like Switzerland and sort of try to be neutral.
John Gibson on Fox News Talk.